welcome to episode 3 of Citizen Wolf. It is not even wrong Thursday, it's wrong Friday. Because this was the only time we could basically do for the rest of the month. And next month looks shaky as well, so we figured we'd get one in while we could. So yeah, this is Citizen Wolf. I am the storyteller, Sneaky Urchin. With me, we have Vivian the Viking playing Julian Howard Mason. We have Janky Apple playing Susan Jones. We have Beta Witch King playing Kirk T. Jameson. We have FaZe Wolf playing Jock McDowell. And we have my fucking rat dog crying in the corner because she has had not enough attention today, even though she was with Beta the entire day, getting all of Beta's attention. So yeah, if you hear any squeaking, it's her. There's nothing wrong with her, she's just a bitch.
Baby.
Yeah, she just misses Beta. Yeah, possibly.
We love the rat dog in this house.
Yeah.
I love her so much.
Yeah, I do. I just wish that she loved me. Anyway, okay, so last time. What happened last time? It's been like 2 weeks. You guys...
I was having a bad time.
You were having a very bad time. You guys went to a nightclub. You found the guitarist of your dreams.
Oh my
which
God, yeah.
worked out well for you. Turns out that she and Susan had a lot in common in that they were being stalked by the same dude.
Yeah, that was fun.
You then discovered that he was literally stalking her as you guys were having the meeting with her and followed her to her house. So you followed him, following her to her house.
Oh yeah.
Got her and her friends out of danger, and then confronted him. During which he was a smug asshole and tried to convince Susan to kill and eat all of you, and then got shot by someone who came in the window.
Oh yeah, the cool lady with the gun.
That was a moment.
Middle-aged lady with a gun who came in the window and shot him, and then was like, "It's okay, I'm a friend," and you guys were like, "Fuck you are, you have a gun," which was a sensible
Biff was
reaction.
like, "Gun, mommy!" Julian was like, "The fuck, bitch!"
Yeah, so that happened. And then you guys managed to... She basically instructed you guys to get Susan out to the countryside and away from civilization. Kirk, having done this whole song and dance before, got her to a decent-ish place where Susan turned for the first time and became a wolf. She's in full wolfy form right now. And none of you guys know what that means for you. So yeah, we're just gonna get right into that. Let's see if everybody can hear the nice forest ambience. Oh, it's so lovely, isn't it? Let's listen to the cicadas that don't exist in Britain, but I can't find fucking night ambience without the bastards. So this is what we deal with.
Such a peaceful soundtrack to be murdered to.
Yeah.
You know?
So it is the dead of night on the moors outside Dunmore. They weren't creative with the name of your town. And standing you guys are out there. Where are you all? Like, Susan's out of the car right now. Are the rest of you in the car, out of the car, watching? Did you watch Susan transform? Did you watch Susan transform and throw up? What happened?
I mean, Jock would have been running up to catch up with him, so...
Was I vomiting? I don't remember.
No, you weren't vomiting,
No,
but they might be.
No?
We might have been.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think once Susan left the car, Julian would definitely have followed, like gone to follow out.
Uh-huh.
Just
Kirk,
because, she's leaving the car now.
Kirk is trying to stay with Julian and definitely watched Susan transform in a kind of, wow, that looks so much more painful from the outside kind of way.
I have a feeling Julian was hiding behind the door of the car.
That sounds about right, yeah.
Like, not necessarily, on purpose.
I
just
think
going to
you
open
mentioned...
and then she transformed, so it was like,
just kind of
nope.
froze. Yeah.
Nope.
I have a feeling that you mentioned that because I was thinking about basically shoving you the fuck back in the car. Because...
Sit back down, sir, boss. I'm sorry.
I know that Jock can kind of do the wolf thing, and don't know whether Julian's got there yet, so...
Yeah, because you know that I've...
No.
You know that I am.
Yes.
And I have turned at least once. But
yes.
I'm also not accepting it.
Listen,
so...
everybody but Julian knows that Julian's
a
werewolf, okay?
I think we decided that Julian thought that was a coked-out fever dream.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems about right.
Yes. So...
But he was then weirdly not addicted to
he
coke
would have
after
had,
that.
so...
Yeah, Kirk is a little worried that... So we might just get distracted by this cat all the way through. Apologies.
Okay, so
Kirk
Julian...
is basically trying to keep an eye on Julian and making sure that he doesn't get murdered.
So you're like, Kirk is looking anxiously between Julian and newly turned Susan. Jock, you arrived in time to see the gross transformation sequence. Congratulations, you got to see that happen. Yeah, and Susan, you I think I ended it with you having a look at the moon and feeling just for a second a sense of peace. That peace is gone now. I need you to make a resolve plus primal urge roll.
Oh my lord! Right, okay.
Ooh.
Well, where it?
So any dots that you have in resolve and any dots that you have in primal urge, if any.
Where is primal urge?
Primal
Oh
urge
yeah,
is
yeah,
also
yeah,
your
yeah,
health
yeah.
and willpower.
I see it.
Yeah.
I did make
I
sure
still-
this was a thing.
I'm still learning how to read this.
I'm losing my mind at this system every time I look at the book, so it's
Oh.
fine.
I have
okay.
kind
Hold
of
on.
been looking for character sheets that don't have this bloody
What's the success? 5?
handwriting font.
No, a success. Hang on, I have it written
Success
down.
is an 8, 9, or a 10.
Thank
8,
you.
9, or 10. Okay, so 2 successes. 1 was a 10. Let me roll it again. No, 2 successes.
Okay, 2 successes. That's fine actually. So you don't enter a rage straight away.
Oh, good. Straight
But
away.
you are-
Oh, good.
So you are not exactly firing on all cylinders right now. You have had a very stressful time, and I need you to kind of... What do you want to do right now? As a wolf, sort of stripped down to kind of base instincts
instinct.
to an extent. You're in control of yourself, but you don't have a lot of thought going on right now.
Did we eat before we went out? That's the question.
No, I don't know. Did you have dinner with your mum and your brother?
I don't know, probably. I guess so.
Yeah,
If you
so
think so.
you might not be hungry.
I'm probably not hungry. That's, yeah.
I think at this point it's a very good thing that the stalker is in fact already dead.
Yeah, I would have killed him.
Maybe I shouldn't have
I
killed
don't
him so
know.
quickly.
I don't know if I'm not in just a blind rage. I don't know. We were running last time. Maybe just have a little gallop about.
Are you just picking a direction and going, or are you like going in circles, like just loping around the car or something?
I'm just loping around, I think.
You're just okay. So Susan's wolf form starts sort of galloping around the car in that weird gangly way that wolves have when they're not full running. Yes, Viv.
I was thinking for the is this not kind of what we could use the spirit touchstone as like a guide for when you're for what your wolf side would want? Because isn't that what your wolf side is drawn to?
Yeah.
What your wolf side is drawn to is the spirit.
Oh yeah, if that's helpful at all.
Oh no!
Oh boy.
You shouldn't have
Oh, no.
suggested that.
Is the wolf side just fucking go crazy? Like
I've
is
written
it...
ape shit on
Oh
the
yeah, that.
I didn't say anything. Never mind. That didn't happen. No one clip that. No one
I
clip
just
that.
want to
do
loop
not-
peacefully around the car, and we're like, no, murder.
Because
murder,
you-
Susan.
Because you succeeded in that role, I'm letting you decide what you want to do. So if you don't want to go that direction with this, you don't need to. I'm leaving you
maybe
with
like
most
edging
control.
on the
Okay.
like.
So,
I'm
like, maybe
freaking out
you're-
and we'll probably go.
Maybe you're like loping around the car and you get close to Kirk and like skitter and Kirk like lifts a hand almost like sort of a calm down kind of thing and you just snap at him and then continue
Yeah.
on your circuit around the car.
Like, don't fucking touch me.
Yeah, Susan, can you make a sort of I need you to make a check. I need you to make a perception check, basically. And the form that you are in.
Yes.
What fucking form are you in right now? There it is. You're basically full wolf right now, so you get +4 dice to this perception roll.
Cool. Where is my perception?
Well, you got a minimum of 4 dice, because this...
Perception's
minimum.
the one that we've been kind of arguing over because there isn't one.
There
Is
actually
there
isn't
not
one.
It says there's
Yeah.
a perception... Oh my fucking
There
God.
is. I've got +4 to perception in particular, but there's not a straight perception. It seems like
Yeah, there doesn't seem to. It's not listed.
it's not under skills. So
Yeah,
Well,
you've got
for
an
God's
investigation,
sake.
but no perception.
I mean, it did tell you calculate it somewhere, I'm fairly sure. 'Cause
Oh,
I've got-
yeah, no,
I've got
it-
numbers
Oh,
listed in there.
yeah, it's very down at the bottom. Perception is wits plus composure.
Wits
There
plus
we go.
composure.
I'll write
Okay,
that fuck
hold
down.
on. And then +4. That's +4 dice, right? As opposed to
Yeah, dice.
Okay, wits plus composure. Oh, so 8. I get 8 dice to roll here.
Yeah, if you fail this, I'll honestly be impressed.
Yeah. Looking good so far. This is wow. That was not many. Oh, that'd be 1 success there.
Total?
Yeah.
Total?
Did
Just well, if it's 8 over
Eight
for
over,
success,
yeah.
well, it wasn't.
7 failures!
Yeah, they were all like 3s and 5s.
That's fine. You
It's
only
fine.
needed
You got one.
success to pass
Oh,
it.
good. Right, good.
So
well,
you're
that was a
fine. But that's wild. Oh.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you sense 2 other wolves nearby. The first that you sense is Jock, and you know Jock's smell, so that seems fine.
Sure.
The other smell is familiar, but not that familiar. You don't know who it is or what's going on with that. Do you do anything with that info?
Can I sense where the other smell is?
You could probably
I can follow it.
Yeah, you can probably follow it if you want to.
Yeah, let's do it. Do I need to roll to follow it? Do I need I don't think there's a tracking or anything.
There isn't, so just do. I don't care. You can just sort of follow the scent. Yeah. So Susan
Okay.
starts. Susan sniffs the air and then starts trotting off in a direction, sort of back towards where town is. So yeah, you guys can react to that however you want.
oh no. We're gonna have to go after her.
Julian starts looking through his car to see if there's any snacks that he's left, so he can maybe try and lure her back.
Right. Kirk has no idea
Running
what you're
into
doing.
it.
What are you doing? We have to go after her.
Through glove compartments and
Are there any
a
custard
weird
creams?
sunglass thing.
Susan loves custard creams.
In a jammy Dodgers. Can we lure her back with this staple of Britishdom, the jammy Dodger?
That would make anyone. No, what you need is a Snickers. I don't know if you've seen the adverts, but that would do it.
You're not yourself. when
They'd be
you're-
marathons
You're
at this
not your-
point.
You're not
It would be
yourself when you're
marathons at this
They'd
point.
be
hungry.
marathon bars
Marathons.
at
It'd be
this
a
point.
marathon bar. I was
No-
about to say
no
instead of
Snickers.
Snickers at that point, be a
No such
marathon
thing.
bar.
They're marathons.
Marathon bars, my
The
apologies.
Julian Fun Marathon Bar.
You know what? Yeah, fuck it for the memes. Yeah, you do.
Hell yeah.
But you pick up the marathon bar and you hear this sort of vague voice in the back of your head go, "Isn't chocolate really bad for dogs?"
Oh, that or a can of Iron Brew, probably, if we're going down the meme
Oh, yeah, no.
side of things. Definitely.
Okay, so
marathon bars.
Interesting point. Julian wouldn't step foot in Scotland at this point.
No. we learned something.
But yeah, so yeah,
Kirk's
Susan.
gonna have to go after her.
Okay,
Yeah,
you guys,
didn't we I mean, yeah.
you
Did
guys
it-
follow
yeah.
Susan for
Yeah.
a little way. And you don't have to go far, Susan, until the scent becomes very, very prominent. And you can tell that just over this little hill that you're approaching is the source of the scent. The other wolf is over that hill.
Okay.
So how do you think you would approach?
She's not very subtle in this form.
I mean, she's a wolf right now. They can be sneaky if they want. But is Susan
Yeah, but
sneaky?
she's a Susan
But is
wolf.
Susan sneaky? Yeah, that was the question. Yeah, I'll kind of. crawl over the hill probably, but I don't know that I'm like making that much of an effort really to try and be terribly sneaky.
I was
Okay.
kind of picturing
think-
for a second you doing like the collie like lying flat, just inching forward.
Yeah. Yeah. Is
Yeah.
there sheeps?
Sheeps. I want to go sheeps.
Susan sidles up the hill and like gets quite low to the ground a lot of the time, and it is a little bit like the collie thing. And Susan, you sniff as you go over the hill, and then like it's like a moment in a cartoon where you're sniffing and then suddenly your nose is like right next to a paw, and you sort of raise up and look up, and there is a large grey wolf stood in front of you just looking down at you like, okay.
Is it bad?
No, it looks perplexed, if anything.
I don't know what to do.
Kind
Yeah.
of like almost sensing that you don't really know what you're doing here. The wolf like crouches down towards you and like nudges your neck with their nose, and then like darts to one side and waits for you. Like,
Are we going? Are we going? Okay. Are we going? Okay, we're going. Right,
You
we're
going?
going somewhere.
You're
Okay,
chasing.
we're going. We're going.
Okay, yeah, so you give chase, and as soon as you start moving, this wolf like shoots off incredibly quickly, but doesn't seem to be going like towards town or anything. Basically, you guys have you in human form right now. Jock, I'm assuming you're just sort of watching. Do you want to do anything here, Jock, or are you just sort of watching this like, what the fuck?
Watching, making sure there's nothing, gonna like fight
Nothing
gonna break
weird.
out. But
Yeah.
Are you a wolf person right now, or a wolf, or a person? Because you had to change
still-
at least a bit to catch up with us. You said.
yeah, I think you guys were in the car, I'll probably change the wolf to
Yeah.
catch up anyway. So you probably haven't changed back yet.
Mm-hmm. Okay, are you with the other two, or are you like hidden off a little way?
They'll be standing near Kirk and Julian.
Okay, so Big Wolf walks up and just sort of stands next to you guys.
Well, which way did she go? To the wolf.
Like, as you say that, the larger wolf that Susan met comes back into view with Susan still chasing it, and it seems to be like doing circuits where whenever Susan catches up with it, it like spins round, and the first time you see it do this, you're fucking terrified because it looks scary as hell. It like spins round and essentially like tackles Susan down, like by the side, and gets her on the ground and wrestles with her a little bit, and then starts running off again, and Susan is just up immediately chasing after him. It's that sort of typical wolf playing with each other thing,
Okay.
where they chase and like play bite and like shove each other around and stuff like that. And Susan, you're just having a grand old time. This is great. There's a wolf playing with you. This is fun.
Ooh-wee.
You've got zoomies right now.
The big zoomies. Big zoomies happening.
You've got the zoomies. So yeah,
Ooh.
that's basically what's happening. Do you guys want to interfere at all? Or are you just
Kirk,
watching?
the moment that they kind of like come into view and leave again, Kirk just goes, like, looks back at the wolf next to him and just goes, "Never mind. I think we found her." Do we need? We're gonna get caught, right?
No, you're just walking your big dogs.
By what, the pound?
Well, yeah, actually, that was kind of what I was thinking.
This far out?
Well, that or like poachers with guns.
Just for clarification, can we communicate with each other cross forms, or can we not talk to a human form and wolf form the way you're running it?
I'm gonna say that you guys can talk across forms, at
Yep.
least to each other, you believe.
can-
Beyond that, you're not sure. But
Can we actually
yeah.
like talk when we're wolves, or is it gonna be like brain talking?
It's more like brain
weaponry.
talking.
I was thinking it's probably like the pack thing.
Because
We could
because
probably-
your friend Jock turned into a wolf in front of you and then was still
Yeah.
able to communicate with you while you were in human form, and that might have just been a him thing, but you try it and you do seem to be able to communicate with them. So
Okay.
yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, yeah, probably more like think than say like the thing of Kirk. You've got something explaining to do. You seem to know about this shit.
Oh. No, even Kirk will be freaked out by that one. Even Kirk's not taking telepathy in stride. Werewolves, yes. Telepathy, no.
Sorry
met
if you
another
can
werewolf.
hear Belle snoring. I'm sorry.
We can't, but that's very
it's just,
sweet.
It's just dog-related ambiance. It's fine.
Yeah, it's
Um,
fine. The various dog noises is just Susan playing with her new friend.
You can talk in my head. That's you. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
Jock's gonna like stop, look around for a second, and then sort of reply with, sort of like didn't sort of think that through. He just did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just instinctive. He wanted to talk, so he did.
Kirk
Honestly,
looks
this
to
might as well be
Julian.
happening.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Kirk looks to Julian to ask if he also heard it, sees the look on Julian's face, and doesn't bother asking the question. Just kind of goes, "Did you?" Yeah, he did. It's okay, but we should probably catch up with Susan and her friend.
Well, they've not left. They're
Oh,
like
right,
just
hang
doing
on,
like
hang on,
weird
hang on.
circuits.
Hang on. When the zoomies are done, can you guys come and we need to talk, I think, because I don't really know if I know enough about this to explain it. I'm sort of self-taught, if you will.
The other wolf currently has Susan in the wolf equivalent of a headlock. And lets go and looks up at you guys and just goes, "Ruff," and then goes back to playing with Susan.
Okay.
Can we like? Do we know if that is? If probably it's also a werewolf, but can we figure out if that is actually also a werewolf or is just?
We were making the assumption because there are no wolves in Britain.
Yeah.
I think.
There's
Sort
no
of a,
wolves in
"You're
Britain.
you."
There's no wolves in Britain, and that's definitely a wolf.
Yeah.
So that's probably a
and
werewolf.
it's the 80s, so like husky breeds are really rare
Yeah.
in Britain. They're not like a big fad yet.
Yeah. So yeah, that's almost certainly a werewolf.
Okay, Mr. Howard Mason, sir?
Just just sort of staring off into the middle distance, just not even just past Susan and the other wolf. Just
Sir?
yes, Kirk.
Do you remember the strange dream? We were running.
This one or another?
No, the one with the bunny. We were all chasing a bunny. Do you remember that?
I vaguely recall having a dream
I think
like
we
that.
picked you up in a field. It was a nice field.
It was a very nice. I mean, perhaps yes.
Okay, good. Do you remember how you felt when we were all running together? You didn't feel quite as bipedal.
That's mean.
I figured Jock wasn't also losing his shit and almost choking on his drink.
No, Julian will be more about when he said how he felt all run together, like his face will kind of like sort of fall into like a slight soft kind of almost cry, and then it'll like school again. Be like,
it was good, right?
I recall feeling from the dream.
Just
So-
sort of it's kind of like a muscle, just sort of flex it.
Yeah, it's if you kind of try and reach for the feeling, and think,
Think wolfy thoughts.
well, yeah, that was what I was about to say actually. Yeah.
Of course it was. Of course it was.
I'm not very good at explaining this to people because I've never had to explain it to anyone before. I kind of figured it out as I went along, really. Guys have kind of got the edge on me. We seem to have somebody who wants to explain it, which is nice.
Oh yes, the woman.
I assume that's them. Over there.
Sort of look refocused and like.
Look at, the blur of Susan and Wolf. That's somewhere in there.
Well, it hasn't tried to eat us yet, so I suppose that's...
I mean, it's a wolf. It wouldn't, and it's on its own. So, I mean, if anything, if there was a pack of normal wolves around, then that would be the scout, I guess. It wouldn't try and eat us. It would wait for the rest of the pack to show up first. And you can generally tell they're coming because there's like corvids around and stuff.
You're babbling, Kirk.
Yeah. Sorry, sir.
No, it's shit though. That's all correct.
So are you suggesting that we join our colleagues in their current forms?
Only still bipedal because you don't know how to do it yet.
Are you saying that I can't?
Yes.
Ooh, that
Julian about to spite shift.
Julian is going to spite shit.
Okay. If that's
Kirk
what
is
does
smart
it
enough to
for
figure
him,
that one out. Just kind of
Good.
went, wait a second.
if that's what does it for him, if that riles Julian enough, then yeah, you could shift
I mean,
into the wolf form
I
if you want
have
to.
character reasons of his blood being alpha. And his spirit touchstone is the ambition totem. So
Yeah, no, like someone
Good.
sort of challenging your ability as a wolf is sort of very much a
that's
you're
very
like, how
kind.
a
very
poke
dare you,
there.
sir?
So yeah, if Julian wants to turn into the wolf right now, he can.
Yep, no, that is happening.
Kirk is aware he just told a superior that he can't do a thing and is now slightly worried, but also hoping this works.
Yeah, before your eyes, Julian shifts, and it's less violent than Susan's was. You suspect that the first turn is always probably the most violent and the most chaotic and unpredictable because it's the first time doing it. You're not used to it, your body's not used to it, your spirit's not used to it, it's a whole thing. But it is still sort of vaguely sickening if you think about it too hard. Just like watching a person rearrange into an animal. But yeah, once he's done, there is a large wolf standing in front of you. Do you want to describe...
smug-looking wolf.
This is a pretty good opportunity, actually. Do you want to describe how Julian looks in wolf form, if you know?
Ooh. See, because I have thoughts about it, but I wasn't sure what was kind of like allowed in.
Honestly,
canon?
do what you like.
Yeah. I was gonna say maybe don't be purple, and then I was like, no, that sounds like the sort of thing this game would allow, to be honest. So
I mean, it'll make your life harder, but sure.
No, I mean, I think probably more kind of like certainly a gorgeous chocolate brown. Like we can say that straight off the bat. And yeah, maybe more like the sort of European like Eurasian sort of wolves, like kind of like leggy.
Yeah.
Like very like
Yeah.
yeah, definitely more that kind of striding over mountains sort of form.
I did a lot of research into wolves for this campaign, and those kinds of wolves that are like all lanky legs and then muscly body look so fucking unbalanced. They're not, but they look like they're about to teeter over at any second, and it's hilarious. I love them so much.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's definitely what Julian looks like.
at least they're not like, was it the maned wolf?
Maned wolves, yeah.
Yeah. They're like, they look like they've been panoramaed wrong.
Yeah.
Because they're just normal size, like, kind of like fox or coyote body, but then like,
No, it's definitely like if a fox had like its feet stuck to the floor and then you lifted it, but its
And the
feet
legs
stayed
just-
the same.
I mean, their legs are that long, they actually run like more like deer than wolves.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're about the same height as fucking deer as well, but they've got
Yeah,
fox
probably.
bodies. They're weird as shit.
Yeah, so that's roughly what Julian looks like when he is
Yeah, so, like,
finished
yeah, you're
shifting
like-
in front of
yeah.
you. Yeah, Susan, there's another wolf here. You think this wolf was maybe always here, but it's more noticeable now.
Did we get descriptions from the other two who are currently?
No, we didn't. Do you want to
No.
describe? Do you have a description? If you don't
I hadn't
worry
thought
about
about
it.
it really. I was thinking maybe I don't know.
It's a weird noise.
What is that noise? Oh, that was weird.
Don't worry about it. Just continue, Susan.
Oh, I don't know. Like a. Keep thinking of like a paler color.
If it helps, I was kind of picturing you as one of the really big grey wolves.
Yeah, that was my thought.
The
Too.
ones that you're like, good dog, pat,
Yeah.
pat, like
Yeah.
huge ass thing.
Yeah.
The ones that are like the size of horses near enough and are just muscle.
Yeah.
The ones that you can like, you put your hand on them to pet them, and you can like sink your arm in up to the elbow and just fluff.
Yes. Yes.
And you're like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Big,
Like that.
Yeah, the kind that if someone told you that they, one of them grabbed you off a motorbike, you'd be like, I believe that. That sounds about right.
That seems like Susan.
Yeah. So, Jock, what do you know what you look like in wolf form?
Yeah, it's like mostly greys, sort of fading down to a sort of tanny color down towards the legs. Fairly standard sort of European grey wolf colorings. That is sort of if you do catch like slight streaks of green going through it though, not like bright green. Sort of like darker, slightly.
Like it could be passed off as like a grass stain, sort of.
Yeah,
thing.
that kind of green.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily always there. It's not. If you look for it, you can't always find it. As well.
Blink and you miss it, kind of like you see it, you go, and it's not there anymore. Yeah. I like it.
Oh, that really.
So Kirk is now the only one in human form.
Join us.
Yeah, no. The moment that Julian is like full wolf and not just immediately freaking out and eating everybody, Kirk will change as well. And Kirk is smaller. It's more like a wee timber wolf. The ones that mostly live in forests, and can be mistaken for huskies. But like kind of one of there's ones that've got this great like tawny, almost orange, almost like a ginger wolf.
Oh yeah, like they're almost brindle kind of.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
And that's what he looks like. He's just he also doesn't look like he's eaten in a while, which is something he has in common with Kirk. That he's just sort of never got out of the gangly teenager look. He's just sitting in front of you being like,
yes, it doesn't matter how much you eat, my legs are hollow.
Exactly. He kind of sits next to Jock and Julian and goes, hi.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we do sort of need an explanation for this, but I guess we should wait until Susan can understand us as well. Did we just, like, tire her out until morning then?
Susan's
I almost have it in
at this point. So wait till she's tired.
I almost have it in my head that Susan is just like a big dumb barbarian in wolf form and is never gonna listen to
Just
is never gonna listen to anything.
Head empty, lullaby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey Susan, can you hear us?
I don't know if she does.
You can either decide, or if you feel it would be better, you could make a roll of some kind.
I guess I'll look over, but I'm like num 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 on the ear of the other wolf at the same time.
It's like on its back, just like, yes, you have conquered me.
Oh, the vicious beast.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm so proud of myself.
Like fully that thing of like adult like predator animals teaching their baby to hunt. And just being like, oh, you have vanquished me, kind of thing.
Oh no, I am dead now. Ah, you are such a fierce and mighty hunter.
Yeah, just sort of that thing. And it's like as you guys have been watching, it very much looks like this wolf is sort of taking the tack of tire out the baby, get some training in, sleep it off. Baby will be less grumpy in the morning.
I've still got the baby fur. That's what the fluff is.
Yes.
Oh, you're gonna shed like a bitch.
Yeah, I know.
Be able to make like full-on wolf-sized nests out of. Be able to make a full-sized Susan out of the shed.
Susan gets into needle felting.
Felt your lots of little wolves.
Oh, that'd be fun. Okay,
we're gonna make so much money. It's gonna be great.
So, let's say it is about 3 a.m. now, after all the shenanigans. You know that sunrise is, like, late. It's still winter, so sunrise is late. But Kirk, from your experience with this, Susan will probably revert around 6 a.m. or somewhat after.
Okay.
So you've got probably at least 3 hours to kill. What do you guys want to do with those 3 hours? Susan, how you're sort of the focus here. How do you think you're doing, and is there anything in particular you want to do right now?
I guess I'm wearing out the zoomies, basically.
Yeah, you just spend a few... Do you
and
just
then-
spend a few hours wearing out zoomies and then collapse into a big pile of fluff?
Yeah, I think so. I just go whoomp afterwards. But probably I'll come over once I'm tired and lie down.
Yeah, so once Susan is tired, she, like, pads over to you guys and then just, like, collapses down and is asleep in seconds. The other wolf comes over and looks at all of you and then, like, nudges Julian towards Susan and then nudges Kirk over as well and
Is it a
seems to
big
be
puppy
trying to
pile?
herd you guys into a pile.
The big puppy pile.
I mean, as my suggestion was gonna be that June would probably like flop down and like do the chin rest thing. Like,
Yeah.
I just like on like Susan's back of Susan's neck. So I'm just like, yes, no, this is fine. This is mine. This is fine. Everything's good.
Yeah,
Sleepy time.
you guys actually will hear in your head as this wolf is doing this. You'll hear a voice say from the wolf. You know it's from this wolf. Say, you should get as much sleep as you can right now, and we'll talk properly after that. Also, this is good for her and for you. Go pile up. Go on.
Dog pile.
And wait to wake up and this all to be over again.
Does Julian say that?
Yeah.
I think that the newcomer wolf just sort of looks at you, licks your ear, and goes, "There, darling," and sits down.
Flicks an ear in annoyance and then sleeps.
Kirk doesn't immediately join in, and just kind of goes, "Are you? I mean, it's not generally. It can be not very safe out here."
It's gonna be fine. Don't worry. Just have a lie down. I'll make sure you all need some sleep. You've had a horrible day. I can stay up for a few hours and keep watch over you all. Just get in the pile. Go on.
Cuddles so far into Susan's fur that like half of him is gone.
Like a Samoyed dog.
Just
Yes!
like fully just like, yes, give me all the fluffs.
Nope.
You're just like, wow, that wolf's a really weird shape. It changes color halfway across. That's all.
Yeah, so you guys, you've had a fucking day. You've had a
Yep.
few days. So
Yes.
honestly, it does not take long for you guys to pass out for a few hours. And when you guys wake up, Susan, when you wake up, you are back in human form. Wearing all your clothes, it should be noted.
I'm very good
Um,
at that.
And you are the rest of you, do you think you will have reverted in the night, or are you still fluffy puppies?
I think that Kirk will have more of a conscious control, so he probably hasn't. Like he's probably doesn't change like without thinking about it anymore,
Mhm.
unless it's certain times of the month. If you get my drift. But yeah, so he's probably still like curled up next to Susan as like a giant fox. Basically.
Yeah, I would think York doesn't necessarily know he has that much control, but it's
Yeah.
probably similar.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was thinking of kind of the using the opposite logic of Julian wouldn't, because he wouldn't think of turning back, then he would just still be in form,
Because he
just
thinks it's a
wake up
nightmare,
again,
yeah.
still as a wolf, and be like, I went to sleep and I woke up. Normally this stops. What?
Yeah, so it's just Susan surrounded
Susan's
by
like-
wolves.
Mhm. Yeah, Susan, when you wake up, you're sort of surrounded by wolves. You do have a blanket around you now, though, and sitting a little ways off from the pile is the woman who you saw last night, who shot Eddie. She's not looking at you. She seems to be fiddling with something in her lap. You're not sure what it is. But yeah, you remember last night. It's a little bit patchy in some places, but like when you focus on it, you can remember it, and you remember basically everything that happened pretty clearly.
Oh, I should have really made the connection that you're the same person as the. Yeah, that sort of makes some sense, doesn't it?
You were a bit occupied, love.
Yeah. Yeah, Susan doesn't really know what to do with her hands because there's just wolves everywhere. She's like,
The others are still asleep, and this woman says, "You know, that was probably the smoothest first turning I've ever been at, though. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You've got good friends. They looked after you, helped ground you."
Yeah, well, I don't know. Yeah, I get. This is a bit weird for me. Like, I don't know, like.
Mm-hmm. Once the others wake up, we can talk properly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it is like
pet.
early-ish morning. We will not be hearing the cicadas anymore. The non-existent cicadas.
Sort of forgot they were there, to be honest.
Kirk, can Kirk wake up? Is that okay?
Yeah, you can wake up.
Kirk wakes up, does the full-on like wolf yawn, where it's like
big stretch.
a lot of fucking teeth, and kind of looks around and then just was like, "Oh shit, human!" Realizes who it is, calms down, and turns back. Just. Hi.
Hi.
Sorry, did I scare you?
It's okay. Treaty birds.
You are up with the birds, quite literally.
The birds. No, it's okay.
Because I realized you didn't really see any of us do that.
No.
Because you were too busy running.
Yep.
Hi.
Hi.
I don't know if you can. You know which way round the other two are?
I don't know if I do actually.
That one's Jock. And that one's Julian. I mean, Mr. Howard Mason.
Oh, so all of us. Right. Yeah. So all of us.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll wake up if you like nudge them.
Yeah, Susan might just like poke Julian with the tip of her trainers.
He might not be very happy.
Oh, why?
He hadn't figured it out.
Oh.
And I might have slightly dared him to.
You did.
That.
You dared him.
Well, I told him he couldn't. It seemed to work.
Yeah, he doesn't really like that, does he?
Maybe
does like that. That's a problem. Anyway, that's a subject for a different day.
What?
Never mind.
Kirk has the vague inkling that this may have strayed into territory he doesn't understand and is very scared. I just hey Jock. Oh my god, it's so Jock, wake up. It's very big. I mean, actually, you're definitely the bigger one though.
I don't know what I look like. What would I sort of remember a little bit.
Very, very, very big.
Big? Oh.
Big, big, and the kind of very snowy.
Snowy?
I think you're some sort of big, grey, fluffy. I mean, you were huge. You're like,
okay.
A child could have like ridden you around like a horse.
Really? Oh, that's kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah, you were huge, and you had the zoomies.
Did I do anything bad? Did I is anyone hurt?
No. You did great. You did way better than I did.
You got me on the ear quite hard once, but you know, we forgive, puppy teeth and all.
Yeah, I'd almost forgotten you were here. Hi.
Hello, dear.
Yeah, as Jock hears that voice, you visibly tense it and before like properly stretching.
I hope they know how to turn back. Otherwise, this is going to be really awkward at work.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be quite. Yeah.
I think that'll probably wake Julian up with all of his pillows and/or blankets somehow disappearing from his very comfortable bed, which is clearly where he ended up after yet another interesting night. And then I definitely wanted to do like just the blink awake, like yes, everything's, and then just the looking. So just pause for a while.
Did I fall asleep on a dog?
Everything
then,
is fine. Oh,
lifting
look,
and just
that's
doing
someone's
like
paw.
a shake. It's like, no, it's me, and it's
It's
attached.
you.
And it's kind of sitting back on his haunches, almost like in that weird, like, oh, he thinks he's people way. That,
Like with the legs out.
Yeah, with the just
I
like.
walked past a dog like that in the street the other day. It was quite entertaining. But yeah,
I just
feet
feel
out.
blessed. You know, but no, that's how Julian's sitting, just like blinking.
Maybe if he thinks about like, I don't know, work and paperwork, maybe he'll turn back. I'm not sure how you do that one. If you're,
I don't know.
And he'll
Mr.
do
Howard
that.
Mason.
The thinking, loudly talking, to be like, I can hear you.
Sorry,
Oh.
Mr. Howard Mason, sir.
That's a bit spooky.
Maybe if you think people thoughts,
Think human thoughts, yeah.
like
But
work
the people, Jules definitely looking at you, just like
taxes.
the.
and
I for some reason I'm not tearing your throat out, and I don't know why I'm not, but this was definitely feels like I should be.
Coming out of it's different for everybody. The woman has like turned around and is like fully facing you guys and focusing on you now at this point. It's just like, I don't know what you need to do to switch back. Think about things that ground you, people that ground you, people that are worth staying for.
I normally just think
That'll
family.
true. The people worth staying for, and doing like, oh, and then turn and look vaguely ashamed.
There you go.
I don't really know how to explain to my mum that I've woken up in a field with my boss.
I mean, maybe don't explain that you look up in a field with 3 men.
Yeah.
And a woman.
No. Yeah.
I believe a
it's
technical lie could be a
Had
She's
a long
person
night,
withholding of the truth could.
had a long night and crashed with a friend.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you stayed with friends last night.
Yeah.
Made some new friends. Crashed with them.
Okay. I should
Count
probably
as a new
call
friend,
her.
right? Looks at the woman.
Oh, sure.
Well, you crashed with her. It's not a lie.
I don't know if we know her name.
You don't. My name's Peggy Renton.
Nice to meet you, Becky.
Mm-hmm.
Hello,
You-
Miss Renton.
Didn't give me your names either. So I've just sort of been. I'll be honest. I've been referring to you all in my head by various nicknames that you probably wouldn't like. So
Keep mine to yourself,
I'm
Mr.
going
Howard
to.
Mason, Julian. He'll extend his hand.
Sure. She comes over and shakes your hand. It's a very good firm handshake. This lady is strong.
Yeah.
Strong.
Julian appreciates a firm handshake. Like, yes, yes, business.
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 Has Jock turned back, by the way? Is he just very fluffy right now?
I mean, he hasn't said he's going to, but he's probably still in will form, glaring at the woman like doesn't trust him yet.
This is. I'm Kirk. Kirk Jameson. And this is. Jock McDowell.
Mm-hmm. Really
I'm Susan.
on the nose, but all right.
I'm Susan.
Yes. Hello.
Oh. My friends? Looks around in a sort of, is that where you are? My friends, colleagues,
Pack.
stops dead.
And so Julian's just kind of like
Pack.
examining his clothes, just wondering if they've actually like did he like sweat through? Like, does he need to change? Is he fine? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
You
Kirk
smell
Curtis is-
kind of grass, and you're a bit damp in places because the grass you were sleeping on was a bit damp. But like,
Yeah, Kirk just kind of stops where the word pack comes into his head in Jock's voice and just goes,
that
Seems
one.
like the right
pack,
word.
pack.
Yes, that one's correct.
What does
My-
that mean?
Pack.
You didn't know you'd done that. That's interesting.
What? We didn't know we'd done what?
So, a pack is not a physical. Well, it is a non-physical thing made up of physical people and non-physical people, but that's for later.
Like a cult.
I mean, I was thinking family.
Some of them.
But,
But yes, it's a pack is a group of werewolves, and they're important hanger-ons, people who are. But yes, dear.
Sorry, no, we just went suddenly to the word werewolf here.
Oh, is that too much of a jump?
That was they're like, you watch like these Hammer horror films, and they're like, you know,
the bad guys?
they're I wasn't like, you
those
know,
things are
a
terrible.
person covered in fur, like,
I mean, we can do that
ripping
too.
people. We can do that too.
If you-
That's
when you-
not the words I needed to hear right now.
When
So
you-
sorry, that's the real. I was a nice dog a minute ago. Now you're suddenly telling me I'm the bane of a village. Like,
The bane of a village thing is entirely your call.
I really don't think Dunmore's. I mean, I tried not to be the bane of a village.
You're fine. They
Dunmore's
weren't
not a
hammering
town.
down. They weren't hammering down your door with pitchforks. You weren't anyone's bane, dear. You're fine. Look, it's okay. This is a lot for all of you. Clearly, Kirk, you seem to know more than the others. How long? How? I'm trying to say this without being rude. How young are all of you in terms of werewolfiness? Or in terms of well, Susan, one day, well, technically a month, because it takes a month for the shifting thing, but you know,
Well, I mean, Mr. Howard Mason seemed to do it easier than Susan, so slightly longer for him.
so you've done this before.
Yeah, maybe just the once, I think. Perhaps it felt the same, but different, and not like I didn't. Let's say twice. Let's say.
Okay. When was the first time? How long ago?
Well, if you're saying from a month, maybe it will be the third month. This will be the third month coming up.
Right. Okay. What about you two?
Kirk looks at Jock, waiting for him to say something.
As long as I can remember.
Okay. Evasive. Kirk?
6 years.
Oh, you poor sweetie. You've been on your own for 6 years.
Yeah.
That's not how that's supposed to work, but sometimes it's how it has to work. Okay, so you learned everything you could on your own, clearly.
Mostly library books and horror movies.
Good job for not going crazy. Okay, so most of you, with the exception of Kirk, are yes.
So I think Jock is going to start to transform back to human shape at this point.
Okay, sure, that's fine.
There's no obvious fight about to start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so you're all fairly new at this. The first time's always the worst. It varies in how bad it can be, but you have no control over the first time you turn. That just happens. And you have very limited control while you're turned. Yes.
Just so you know, Julian is down, just kind of like the first time's always the worst. I went, yes, no, don't. Just like that. It's like sort of, yeah, it's just kind of how it goes.
Yeah.
And even the use of the word turn, it's like, no, it's not always right. And just still kind of like trying to figure out if he needs to drive home to change before like work or not.
Yes.
We're all in our nice clothes because we went out together. You can't go to work in these clothes.
Oh,
These
shit,
are
it's
going
like-
out clothes.
I'm literally in
midweek,
jean
isn't it?
shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
We're
middle
doing
of the week. We have
It's
to
like
go to
Wednesday
work.
morning.
Yeah.
We gotta go to
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, you've technically missed the morning shift, Jock.
Yeah, you're late.
Or you're missing it.
The,
but
the
like,
miners have to get
yeah.
there really early.
Yeah, there's 3 shifts in a day. You are late for the first one, but like
It's fine. I was helping one of the bosses.
No, sure, yeah. You all kind of have an inbuilt excuse to Julian being like, no, it's my fault. I shall take the blame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, she continues. Basically, congratulations, you're wolf people now. It's, it can happen in a number of different ways. Usually, you're either born like that, or you get bit and turned. I don't know which happened to you. You don't need to tell me if you don't want to. But yes, things that you need to know. Oh God, I've not done this in so long. Things that you need to know. Being alone, not great for us. We're pack creatures. We need a pack. We need people around us. People, wolves, spirits, whatever. We need things that are important to us to keep us here and grounded and not going feral in the woods. That's important, that part. Don't go feral in the woods.
I'll certainly try not to.
Mm-hmm.
When she says spirit at that point, Jock does sort of like pause for a second, then look around, expecting to see someone.
No, nothing shows up.
And then it's like, slightly confused, like, huh.
If you've all had your first turning, then you will be in control of when you turn in the future for the most part. There's different levels ranging from human, like you are now, to full wolf, like you all were last night. You can kind of... There's levels in between there. You don't really need to know about those just yet, I don't think. Don't tell any humans unless you really trust them not to lock you up in the loony bin. Just, they don't cope with it well, and for the love of God, don't turn in front of one of them. Their little heads can't handle it. Well, sometimes they can, but most of the time, no. Yes, okay, so, the whole hunger for human flesh thing is bollocks. We don't get hungry for human flesh. Hunting can be good when you're in wolf form. It scratches an itch, but it's not necessary if you don't want to do it. As long as you're well fed in human form, your wolf form won't go hungry either. You're one being. It is good to shift when you can, though, because bottling it up for too long can make you make it easier to lose control. So don't bottle it. Anything else?
Good idea to get some zoomies in every now and then. Look
Yes!
at Susan. Just, go out for a run. Maybe, like, kind of keeps glancing sideways at Julian. Maybe, go camping in the hills.
Of course. Of course.
Yes.
I'll be filling out a lot more of those forms now, won't I?
Yeah, about 4 times as many. 3
You
times.
might have...
I'm not good at maths.
You might have also noticed that sometimes you are a little bit, more, like, for instance, after I turned for the first time, I broke a door handle clean off because I didn't realize how strong I was when I was angry. So that can fluctuate a little bit.
Oh no.
Just be aware of that. Try not to kill anyone. If they have it coming, they have it coming, but try not to. Killing people is hard to cover up these days.
Or not
Try
to
as
kill
hard as I
anyone
normally
there,
do.
but got
You won't kill anyone, Susan. You're okay. It's okay. I mean, no more than you would normally.
Okay.
But I've just been assuming you're not a serial killer this whole time I've known you. I assume you will
Don't
continue
keep
to not.
babbling.
I was assuming you weren't a werewolf the whole time we were at
That's
school,
a
but
good point.
okay.
Yeah, no, I've been a werewolf like about half the time you've known me.
Yeah.
High
good.
school sucked.
Yeah, I bet it did. Okay, so this is very scary and overwhelming for everybody, but as long as you don't bottle it up, like I said, you take some time to just indulge your wolf side often enough, you can just keep living your lives if you want to. Nothing needs to change. You can just keep on keeping on if you like. Yes,
This is an
dear.
in-character hand.
Yes, dear.
Is the moon thing wrong?
Well, which one? You're gonna have to narrow that down.
Well, I mean, in all of the things I was reading, it said full moon.
Oh, you know, that's
Susan-
bollocks.
Susan looked at the full moon and was in trouble, and it was a full moon last night, but the full moon doesn't seem to affect me.
No. So the moon thing is tied into when you were turned, so probably either when you were born or when you were bitten. The phase that the moon was in when that happened is when you feel the compulsion. Yes, that's a thing you should know. When it gets around to that time of the month. Yes, you have 2 of those to track now. It's it won't force you to turn like it did for Susan last night, but it might get a little bit harder to control certain impulses. People deal with that in different ways. That's also a good time to indulge your wolf side if you're planning on doing that anyway. Also, you're quite a lot more powerful around then, so be extra careful about the killing people thing.
Probably why I threw that man over a car last night.
You didn't what?
Yeah. That was fun.
That would explain it, yes. No.
Impressive.
You threw a man over a car?
Oh, she just did judo.
I threw him into some bins. Anyway,
I think the
Probably deserved it.
Oh, we definitely did.
I know that I
Touched
Julian, you hear in your head, rude. No one else hears that but Julian.
You'll probably just do the sort of looking around thing. Be like, someone just.
You okay, dear?
Oh, I thought I heard something. Never mind. I'll add it to the list. It's getting rather long.
Ah, okay.
like
Um,
what kind of something? What kind of something did you hear?
Oh, like a voice.
huh. So that's the
It
other
wasn't a
thing.
howl. You don't have to worry about it.
So that's the other thing I need to tell you all about.
I have one of those too. I think. I think it's a rabbit. It seems to think I'm a rabbit anyway.
Interesting. Okay, so that's the other. I think I know what those are. I could be wrong, but we'll take a guess. The spirit world is a thing. They like us, we like them. Our wolfiness is attracted to the spirit world. The spirit world, for the most part, mirrors our world, but in strange ways. Spirits are influenced by us, they influence us, but in ways that people don't usually see. And sometimes spirits take interest in wolves, werewolves, and sometimes humans, and like to befriend us, mess with us. It varies. The other important thing, you're already a pack. I can tell. That's usually something that people choose to do. Like a whole thing. You didn't make the conscious choice to do that at any point, did you?
I don't think any of us would know how. I mean,
unless it happened during that weird dream thing.
yeah, maybe that was what did it. The dream that. Sorry, this is taking a while to catch up. The dream pointed at us at someone who was being threatened by a werewolf.
Right. This was the girl that Hicks was after.
Yeah.
You dreamed about her. Okay.
The rabbit, it led us to her.
A rabbit led you to. Okay, that's definitely a spirit.
She was all like glowy and stuff.
Okay, so every time a pack is formed, a spirit is attached to the pack. in some way. Usually it's a spirit the pack already knows in some way, has befriended, decides, hey, you'd make a great patron, essentially.
Unless they know nothing about what's going on and still confused. Do you mean ghosts?
No, different thing. Those exist, not the same thing.
Of course they do.
Okay.
On the list. You should
Well,
start one, Kirk. It's very helpful.
I'm starting one. I thought I had a handle on this, but apparently I do not have a handle on this.
Yes. Okay, so, So, running theory is that instead of choosing to form a pack with the four of you and a spirit may have just decided that you were going to be a pack and made you into a pack with it.
Right.
They don't usually do that, but they can.
I guess if it was gonna... I mean, it could be... If it was just forming a pack of all of the werewolves in Dunmore, then it would have added Eddie.
Eddie only got there a couple of days ago.
Maybe he already has a pack?
Eddie did not have a pack, dear.
Are
Eddie has never had a pack, as far as I'm aware.
Are you saying we're the wolf equivalent of a young girl going through her toys and deciding that they are all a family, regardless of the shape or status of said toys? Putting cars to bed, etc., etc.
We're like an away team.
Oh, what?
It doesn't matter. It's fine.
It's like in Star Trek.
A what?
Oh, for fuck. Yeah, no, I know, Kirk. You're fine. I know.
Doc, I know.
How do you not know that it... I mean, I don't... I get it if you don't watch it, not everyone watches it, but... You don't know what Star Trek is?
Interesting.
No.
Interesting.
Is that just like a walk at night?
It's a TV show.
Been going for like 20 years.
I swear if you ask what a wham is, I'm going to just lose it.
Don't.
Oh,
I wouldn't ask.
Don't really watch TV.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave that one there until you feel more comfortable with me.
We're just sort of put together, and the spirits...
Okay,
the spirits have decided that we're family now?
Spirit singular. You get one patron spirit, usually. There are extenuating circumstances for everything to do with spirits, but usually you get one spirit. They don't usually... Okay, so it is the spirits and their power that makes the bonds of a pack, but usually they only do it when they're asked. They don't just do it without consulting anybody. They can, they have the power to, but they don't.
Is there a reason why they would or wouldn't, depending on circumstance?
I don't know. Spirits are... Each one you will meet is unique, even if they don't seem like it. Every single one is unique in a way. And they are as varied and unpredictable as people. Sometimes simpler, sometimes more complex. They are wild and varied and impossible to predict half the time. They're very dangerous when they want to be. Honestly, the reasons for it doing that could be it saw the apocalypse coming and decided that only you could fix it, to it was a bit lonely and wanted friends.
I like that one better.
Apocalypse?
I like
That's
the second
less
one a lot
likely.
better. I'm just gonna assume that it's the first. It's not the first one, unless I don't know, fire starts raining from the sky, or like giant monster.
Peggy knocks her knuckles against the stump of wood.
Yeah, good plan. Finds a root, does the same thing.
So they wouldn't do it without a reason, is what you're saying. Even if the reason is just
I mean,
because they felt like
they
it.
will have a reason, regardless of if that reason is a good enough one for your standards. I can't say. Yes, Viv.
June will, in an attempt to turn to Kirk, and attempt to calm down, like, Kirk?
Hmm?
You're not thinking like a Vulcan in this matter.
Kirk looks like you smacked him across the face with something. He's just like, he's the definition of poleaxed.
Yarka's going to mouth about Vulcan, but at this point it's like, okay, whatever. Yeah, they're talking here.
Peggy like makes eye contact with you and just goes, context. It's lacking context.
The look in his face is going from, oh my, like, just shock to it's verging on hero worship.
Oh no!
He's just sort of,
Oh no!
he goes, no, you're right. You're
You
right.
cannot let your emotions control you in this way.
Sorry, you're a Trekkie?
Don't talk about it.
It's going on the
I
list of things we don't talk about, apparently. There's 2 lists now. The things we need to know more about and the things we need to know less about. Look, it is. I was going to say it's late. It's not. It's disgustingly early. And you all are colleagues, according to Kirk. You work. You have jobs.
Yes. What time is it? I didn't bring my watch out.
Well, we're definitely late for work.
We all work at the mine.
It's 6:30ish.
Oh, Jock is very late.
It's okay, Jock. I won't let them write you up. It's fine.
Mr.
You can
Howard Mason is our
cover.
boss.
Oh, right. Oh, that's fun.
Isn't it?
Yes, that might not hold. I'm just
maybe-
going to warn you now, Julian dear. That might not hold over into the wolfiness. That doesn't always correlate. It might not. Can't guarantee. Only you can decide. Only you, masters of your fate. I'm standing
not
up
concerned.
now.
Can we have a way of contacting you?
Oh, where's a good
Really?
pub? Or an inn, or somewhere I can stay.
Forgotten
Oh
what the fucking
shit!
pub's
What's
called.
yeah?
Yeah, the
The one-
place
the one
where
where Jock lives.
Jock stays.
Jock lives in a split plough pub. You know that the
Split plough
owner
pub.
rents out rooms to people for indeterminate amounts of time. Jock is one of those people.
I don't think we know that Jock is one of those people.
No, but
I
you'll
mean-
know that she rents out rooms to people.
Yeah.
There's a place back in town that I stay at called the Split Plough. I guess.
You
I'll-
stay at the split plough.
Oh yeah, I rent one of I want to say Rosa's rooms.
Is it Rita?
Rita?
I think it's Rita. I have
Rita's
too many NPCs. I believe her name is Rita.
I wrote her name down. somewhere.
It is
Say
Rita.
Rita.
Her
Rita.
name is
Yeah.
Rita.
Like, oh yes, Rita, hell of a woman, very strong handshake.
That is true. She's pretty
Awful
decent.
wine.
Yeah, maybe. I've never tried it.
Other small matter before we leave.
Mm.
Eddie Hicks, how did you get dragged into that mess?
Just sort of appeared at the mine one day.
Looks at Susan.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I think he. I think he might be the reason.
Oh shit! We should phone them and tell them their apartment.
Yeah, no, don't worry, I'm remembering.
Yeah.
Julian probably still has his number on his arm.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Gave him. Susan, he.
oh, about the body? Don't worry about it.
So Hicks is
Was he the one?
quite dead.
Oh,
I
yes.
assume.
He.
A silver bullet will kill anyone, but it will kill a werewolf especially quickly.
Does that make any difference to Susan? Because he was the one who bit her.
Ah.
That was what he said, right?
That's what he meant by sire.
Yeah.
At least I mean,
He
I
used
think
the word
so, but he
sire.
did.
Yes.
I mean,
Ew.
I thought it was very weird, but a lot of very weird things were happening, so I didn't really take much account of it.
honestly,
One,
it didn't seem
ew.
that much weirder than
2,
it
of course he did. 3, ew.
I think he was planning on doing it to the guitarist as well. Or at least he seemed to
Jade.
have the intention.
That makes an annoying amount of sense from what I was able to find out about. Eddie Hicks and I had issues, as evidenced by the fact that I killed him.
Yeah.
Can I have my gun back, by the way?
He has helped us a lot.
It's Look, I wouldn't normally ask, and I can get you another gun if you want. It's just that one's rather important. It was my partner's gun.
She was
Condolences?
gonna kill us. I'm pretty sure
Thank
she
you.
could have done it well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He is going to take out the gun. He's going to so remove the bullets first, hand over the gun, and then put the bullets in the ground a short distance away.
Okay. Sensible. I like it. Sensible. She gathers up the bits and pieces of the gun. Yes,
So
that's sentimental value. If you do want a gun, I can probably get one for you.
It doesn't make a difference to Susan?
I mean,
That he's dead?
I think I know how to use one, but
Well, I was thinking, I mean, I've been doing a lot of reading for some years, and there's a lot of crossover with other things I thought were fictional when I was a child.
Do you
And
want to just
so-
make a list of things and be like, fact or fiction, and just list them off to me and I'll tell you?
Well, it's less that, because I don't know if I want to know at the moment. Today's been a lot already. Honestly, I kind of just want to get back to my machines because they don't talk back often. But there was a lot of crossover with other things, and the word sire seemed to be important for some of them, and there was a lot of if your sire dies, then you're in trouble.
Susan's
the-
fine.
For the pointy people.
The vampires.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it aloud, but yeah, that's the one I was thinking of, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's they're real, and
Yes, they are.
Susan's not in trouble for her maker being dead. It's fine. That's not going to affect you in any way. And if
Apart
any
from
power he thought he had over you for having made you was bollocks. He didn't have shit over you. Aside from petty emotional manipulation.
Okay, good.
That can be quite good, though. That can be quite good, though.
Yes, but he wasn't any good at it.
Fair.
He was just intimidating and rude. Yes, Face.
before we get into that, the woman that Eddie was with, do you know who she was?
Eddie was with a woman.
She said that she was done with him.
Huh.
We're in a car.
Huh.
They drove up.
A very
Another
nice
car.
car. We had a phone. Bitch.
She was driving, I think.
She was driving. Okay, that's helpful. I didn't know he had associates. It
Well, I
does
don't
make
think
sense,
he-
but thank you.
I don't know if she would. She seemed to be using him for something, and then she didn't need him anymore. But she didn't stay for Jade, so I don't know what she was using him for. Oh god, I hope it wasn't us.
I don't, I'd be careful, but yes, that's strange and requires more investigation. Just be careful around it, but don't worry about it too much.
Susan, are you okay?
That's a strong word right now.
Can you call in sick to work, dear, and just have the day off? Is that a thing you can do?
You absolutely can.
Listen, can I call in sick to work, please?
Absolutely, Miss Jones. Please do get better soon.
Okay, I will.
All right, it's okay. So
No.
are there any more very pressing questions before you all go to wherever it is you need to go, and I go to wherever it is I need to go?
I don't think so.
No,
If we bite someone else,
Yes.
what if we scratch them? Is it just biting?
Oh, you mean for turning people?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a whole thing. It's not just a bite. It's there's more to it than that. It's hard to explain. There's usually it varies person to person. There's usually some sort of ritual aspect, and we prefer that it's consensual. But
But it needs to be intentional.
There has to be intent behind it. You have to do something to set it up. If you just bite someone randomly, you're not going to turn them into a werewolf. You're just going to have bitten them. They might get, I don't know, some sort of gross disease from your nasty teeth, but... Did you know that human mouths, disgusting. Worse than wolf mouths. Just nasty.
Great.
You always got to get a shot if you get bitten by a human.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind
My
of shot
partner
it is,
bit
'cause I've
me
never...
once. Got infected. It was awful. He wasn't even a werewolf.
again, condolences.
Thank you. I'm
Yeah.
dealing with it. Killing Hicks was part of dealing with it.
Oh, well, I'm glad to see that you're dealing with your grief in a healthy and productive manner.
Healthy, perhaps not. Productive, very.
We should probably go.
Yes,
home
Susan,
and or to work.
I'll drive you home.
Oh,
Kirk,
no, I'm gonna talk to my parents. I stayed out all night.
would you like to go home or straight to work? And Jock, same question. Different inflection.
I think I should probably go home and talk to my parents. They're gonna make assumptions.
As long as
Because we went out one night.
Oh dear.
As long as they've assumed you're a werewolf, surely there's not a problem.
I think they assume that I'm dating all of you.
All of them.
All of us?
So,
Are you?
They have very
thank
high
you.
hopes for you, don't they, young man?
Well, they got kind of confused when I said that Susan was going. So I think they've made some assumptions already.
Oh.
At least they're nice about it.
They were hippies.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, they don't care as long as I'm happy, I guess.
Yeah,
But
it's.
I've never been out all night before, so they're probably quite worried.
Oh, they might be if this is a break in habit.
Except for when I go camping, but they know where I am when I do that.
yeah,
which
you're-
is
you're camping.
here.
Yeah. Good spot, by the way.
Do your
Good choice.
parents know everything?
No,
Okay.
no, I think, if I'm honest, I think that when I stopped telling them things at a certain age and started hiding things, I think they might have assumed that I was a friend of Dorothy's
Oh. Right.
and didn't want to tell them,
Oh. Well.
which
That
is
would
not
do it,
the case,
probably.
but you know, they're cool if it was. So
They might get
I mean, I think-
maybe make them keep thinking that.
yeah, I think I would rather they assume that than think I'm a werewolf. I mean, obviously, one of
Yeah.
those things they'd be cool with, and the other one I think I would probably be in a room with lots of padded walls and one of those jackets that makes you hug yourself, and maybe some electric shock therapy.
I mean,
Your
well, that
parents
can
are
happen
hippies,
either
eh?
way.
Your parents
Yeah,
are
just
hippies.
like-
They wouldn't do that.
No, I guess, Mr. Howard Mason, that would depend on which side of the border you were on,
I mean, not even that. Just who your parents are.
You'd certainly
and how
hope.
much money they have.
Yes, but anyway, nasty talking. I don't give a shit. By the way, just fuck who you like. I don't fuck who you like. Fuck how many of them you want. I do
No,
not
I
care.
was
All of you, just in general, I don't care. I'm not going to be weird about it.
I don't, just for the record, I don't care either. I just would rather that whatever you are doing, you don't tell me. In any way. Thank you.
You don't want to.
Well, there goes my plans for the rest of the day, I suppose.
I mean, I was just assuming, Mr. Howard Mason, that you wouldn't, because you're my boss. That would be really weird.
That would be a very safe
Being in a
assumption.
pack with your boss thing is going to be weird for you. Good luck.
This is quite weird.
We should
Yeah.
go. We should stop
Let's
sitting
go.
Yeah.
more.
You need
We
to
absolutely
It's a bit
should.
dark.
drive me home, thank you.
Absolutely.
Um,
Susan's in front, she always is.
Thank you.
Pull off of the states cars. I don't even know which one of you owns this car.
It's Mr. Herb Mason's car.
You just both. I just assumed you'd like gone halves on it. To be honest.
Got a part ownership.
Do you want to go? Are you going with them, Joker? If you want to just go to the split plow, that's where I'm going now. So if you want a lift, I can give you one.
You'll be signed off regardless, so don't worry.
Signed off.
For work.
Oh, I was gonna go to work.
I guess there's no reason not to go to work today, at least. I mean,
I don't start for another like half an hour.
Well, then I'll see you then, Jock. Come in as usual. I'll make any excuses that need be made, any explanations that need be made as to why you missed your morning shift. I'm sure it'll be entirely understandable.
Well, I'll leave leave.
I hear your boss is very forgiving.
I'll leave you kids to make your way back to town. I'll be staying at the Split Plow for the foreseeable, I suppose. So yes, if you want more questions answered, by all means. Oh,
Yeah, so-
quick question. Is there anyone in town I should avoid?
I mean, I would have said Eddie, but you seem to have dealt with him.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Oh yeah, it's quite.
No one I know immediately.
I mean, I've only been in town for like a couple of months, so I'm not the best person to ask. But
Fair enough. Alright, nice. Love it. Nice, quiet little town. Great. I'm sure that'll stay. I'm sure that'll keep. Right. Okay, well, speak to you all soon. Goodbye, kiddos.
Ms. Randon?
Thank you, Peggy.
No, you're welcome, dear.
Julian will sort of gently shuffle Susan into the car.
Peggy walks off into the moor.
Are we breaking?
Yeah, this is a good point to break, I think. Yeah, we will break on the scene of all of you piling into Julian's car and driving back towards the village. So yeah, we're going to take a small break, everybody. We'll probably be about 10 minutes, probably not any more than that. Oh yeah,
Julian will hand Susan the marathon bar.
what, the one that's been in your pocket all night?
Yeah.
Where did
Through
it go
an
when we became
intraplanar
wolves?
transformation.
Yeah.
Gives
Where
it
did
a
that
little something,
go?
you know, a bit of an
Yeah.
umami kind of.
All right, so everybody is in Julian's car driving back to town. Susan possibly nibbling on a marathon bar as you go, and we're gonna leave it there for about 10 minutes. We will we will be back shortly.
I
Thank
just
you.
saw that coming.
You saw that comment from Bart. I'm just gonna read this out for
Yeah.
everybody. Is that a marathon in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? It's a marathon.
It's a marathon on this occasion.
Yep. All right, we will be back shortly, everybody. Thank you for watching. We will not be very long. See you in about 10 minutes.
Ew.
Sort of shift from behind me.
And we're back. Hello, everybody. We had a break. We hope you did too. We are slightly refreshed. Hang on.
Only slightly.
Doggy.
Oh.
Doggy for the viewers.
Oh, small. So adorable. Hopefully so tired. I tried to tire her out.
She's weird. But yeah, anyway.
I mean, I would show Hattie, but I have literally no idea what he is.
The cat has fled. We saw him earlier in the stream. It's fine. That tax has been paid.
Had the cat go to
Yeah. Okay, so.
Although amusingly, the cat is named after a wolf.
Nice.
Fair enough.
So just before the break, you guys basically had a long chat with Peggy, your wolf friend, your new werewolf friend, about how to be a werewolf, sort of, because she's been doing it longer than you, basically. She's staying in town now, and all of you have decided, basically everybody has decided that they're going into work today, except for Susan, who is like, I'm taking the day off. Last night was too much, which is a very fair decision. So
I'm not sure Julian would have let her come into work, unless it was very much no, I need this to stay focused.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah.
Which is why I'm going to work.
So we're gonna come back in on Susan, as she has left the car, said goodbye to all of you, waved goodbye and all that, and has come back into her house. Yeah, Susan. So it is pretty early. It's like getting towards 7 now. Yes, Faison.
Before we break up, do we have a group cover story for why we were, all late for and or not going to work today?
Do
It must
you?
have been
I will let you
discussed in
guys
the
decide.
car.
I
That
will let you
isn't
guys
just
decide.
we all went to a club and then spent the night together in the field, because
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
while I feel like Kirk's parents would be like fine with
I
this,
mean-
everyone else like,
Parents probably not good.
I have an answer for shutting people up if they like make any assumptions, and also a legitimate answer for like, say, if the boss, like whose name I can't remember because the sheet I have isn't my updated one.
Mr. Douglas.
Mr. Douglas, if he asks, because if he asks, then, I mean, no one else knew we were all going out together, but in order to be like, no, I offered, various people a lift when they said they were going to this place, then we split up. Don't know what else, like, happened, but, with them, however, unfortunately, Susan's not able to come in today. I believe she maybe caught a cold off someone. There's been something going around. 'Tis the season. Just be like, Julian will just make up, like, for him being late for the morning shift, it's just like, Julian will just say he just wrote it in wrong, and just be like, no, that was on me, actually. That's, entirely unrelated. Because again, like, other than the fact we were together, it's not like it's like, they're otherwise unconnected, so to connect us all together would be a bizarre thing, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So Julian will treat them as separate incidents.
Mm-hmm.
But if someone says, why are isn't it funny how, like, this is all a thing, Julian will look at them dead in the eye and say, we all got rat-arsed and spent the night in a field. Just that'll be it.
Straight up.
That's his two modes.
And they'll go, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Like, what do you think we do? All got drunk and spent a night in the field together?
Yeah.
It'd be ridiculous.
Lie by
weren't
telling
drunk.
the complete truth.
Yeah, half of that's a lie, and it's not the half you think.
Especially if anyone knows that Kirk, I don't touch alcohol and I am in fact the tiniest of lads, was also there.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like,
Actually,
Kirk
no.
got
And
rat-arsed
Susan,
and
who
slept in a field. And
just makes the
Susan,
scene, is really sweet.
impeccably neat Susan,
Yeah,
got rat-arsed and slept in a field.
surely
Josh,
not.
however,
Right.
we can believe.
You should phrase it as we got drunk as dogs and spent the night in a field.
That's a good one. Okay, so you guys have a basic cover story. Basically, you're just not gonna
We went
engage
feral.
with it. You're not gonna engage with it unless someone, like, pokes you, basically.
Yeah, it's one of those, I don't see why anyone would question it, and if they did, then we can individually just be like, oh yeah, I went out to the pub, and,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like,
like,
it's-
you
it's
guys
not a
are-
weird thing. We didn't do anything weird that people would know of.
Yeah, you didn't streak through the center of town as a group.
Yeah, all our
Like,
weird
it's-
shit happened in a field. It's
Yeah.
fine.
I can't remember if I told my mum where I was I must have told her I was going to this concert, I suppose.
We didn't play it out, so you can decide
No,
what
we
you told her
didn't.
if you want.
Yeah. I guess I would have told her I was going to.
Okay, so we're
Concert,
gonna go back in on you. And you enter through the front door of your house. Usually, it's like getting on to 7 o'clock right now.
Mm-hmm.
Your brother is probably on the bus to high school right now, to secondary school, and your mum has quite possibly gone back to bed, as she does sometimes, because it's stupid o'clock in the morning, and she really gets up to make sure that the two of you are all right, and then kind of goes back to sleep usually.
Yeah.
So yeah, you walk in, the house is, none of the lights are on, it's quiet, yeah.
I'm probably just gonna go straight up to my room if I can make it, like, past without waking my mum back up.
Okay, so you walk into the front door and close it very quietly behind you. And to get to the stairs, you have to walk past the door to the living room. And as you get to sort of the middle of the door, a light clicks on, and you're faced with your mum sitting in the armchair that she has turned to face the door. She is in her pajamas and her dressing gown, and she looks fucking knackered. She's got like half her hair in curlers, but not all of it. It looks like she's been nervously pulling them out because there's like a little pile next to her. And she's sitting leaning on the armchair, looking at you with just an exhausted expression.
Hi, Mum. Were you awake the whole time?
Yeah, I waited up because I was worried about you.
I told you not to wait up. I said I'd be back late.
Yeah, you said you'd be back late. I thought maybe you'd be back around 1 or 2 a.m.
Yeah.
You're in it. Your brother's gone to school.
I know.
You missed breakfast.
I know. It ended up being really, really late. We crashed through in Manchester. I didn't want to call. It was so early in the morning. I thought I'd wake you up if you'd gone to sleep. I'm really sorry. I didn't think you'd still be up.
Susan, my love, what's happening?
What do you mean? What's happening?
You did this before. You went out with your friends and you were strange afterwards and you wouldn't talk to me. And I've been worried about you ever since. And you're doing it again.
What she's referring to.
She's referring to the night you got bit.
Oh, that night.
When you went out with your friends.
Right,
and something bad happened. And then you did not talk to her about it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, Mum. No, Mum, it wasn't like that. Like, don't worry. I'm okay, really. You're
all right. You're not... Look, I just worry about you. You're a grown adult. You can go out and do what you like. But it's so dangerous out there sometimes, especially for young girls, and I don't want you to get hurt.
I know.
I could not forgive myself if I let you get hurt.
Oh, no. Oh, Mum, don't. It's okay. We stand Susan's mum.
We love Mrs. Jones.
We love Mrs. Jones. Good lass. No, Ma, it's okay. It's okay. I've got good friends and things that look after me, so don't worry. I'll be fine. And yeah, it's okay. I'm sorry if I made you worried. I didn't mean to make you stressed out.
She stands up and walks over to you, and it kind of like she's red around the eyes, and it looks like she's been crying like at some point in the night. And she like just sort of wraps you up in a hug, really tired, and says in your ear, I know you better than anyone, and I know you're not telling me everything, but I also love you and trust you, and as long as it's nothing bad and you're okay and you're safe, then I'm all right with it. It's okay, Mum. It'll be fine now. If you know, it's okay. I'm fine. Okay. I'm good now, actually. Are you skipping out on work today? I called in sick earlier, so it should be okay. I do feel a bit queasy, so I'm probably just gonna go to bed. Yeah, but you go to bed. I'm gonna go to bed too. And when we both wake up in a couple of hours, we'll have proper breakfast. Okay. Okay, that sounds good. Okay. Thanks, I love Mom. You, darling. I love you. she like walks up the stairs with her arm around you, and like sees you into your room, and she like stays for a little bit. Like she basically full on tucks you in, which she hasn't done in a very long time. Like you outgrew that, but she like full on tucks you in and like kisses your forehead and makes sure the lights out and the doors closed and stuff.
Yeah.
And if you want to just sleep a little longer, you are free to sleep a little bit longer.
I'm gonna go to sleep now. And if anyone fucks with my mom, I'm gonna rip their throats out.
Good. Okay. So Susan, you are getting some well-earned sleep. Who do I want to fuck with next? All of you went into work, right? Yeah. So,
I mean, I think I at least went home first.
Did you go home first?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Put myself in the firing line, haven't I?
Yes. So you... So you got brought home by Julian and the others. Yes. Where is my list? I have lost my list and I'm mad.
Yeah, losing a list could be good or bad for us.
It's mediocre for you. Don't get excited.
I'm just thinking as well, because obviously, like, Julian will have dropped Susan off last because they both live so close to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So your parents will have just seen you getting dropped off with the car full of people.
At least it's my parents. It's fine. I'm not in for a bollocking at any rate. Or am I
Okay,
for staying?
so-
The only reason I'd be in for a bollocking is for staying out too late. That's it. That's
Just
all I
have
got.
fun with that, dear. That's all I'm saying.
Good times.
Yeah, no, I can't resist that.
Alright.
So yeah, you get dropped off at your house, which is like you live on an old farm, right? Like you still it's
a pony farm.
It's a pony farm. It's a little bit like it's kind of like a farm that's barely hanging on.
Yes.
If you've ever been to a farm like that, you know what it's like. That was my grandfather's farm.
I grew up with a lot of people who lived in those.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys pull up to Kirk's house, and he gets out the car and says goodbye, blah blah blah. You've established your cover, you're good. And Kirk, you walk in the door and hear it and then you walk in and your parents are both standing there with wide smiles, looking so totally innocent. They have definitely not been peeking out the blinds at you and your friends.
Hi. Hi, Mom.
Hi, honey. You're up late. You were up late. It's morning now. Are you going into work? You shouldn't go into work. You should stay home and sleep. You must be so tired.
Oh, I crashed with some friends in Manchester.
In Manchester?
After the concert.
With friends?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you have fun?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Mostly. The club was very busy. I didn't realize the concert was in a club, but it was, and it was good, but it was very busy.
Oh, yeah, clubs. I didn't think clubs would be your thing, dear.
A lot of people. The person who owned it was fashionable.
They look at each other and then look back at you and go, okay, dear, do you want breakfast?
Yeah, I'd really like that. I was gonna just change my clothes and go to work, but breakfast would be great.
Okay, dear. We'll find something. We've already had breakfast, but we'll find something for you. And maybe you can tell us about the friends you crashed with. Because I saw Mr. Howard Mason. He dropped you off, didn't he? But he doesn't live in Manchester. He lives around here. And Susan lives around here.
Yeah. Well, we
I didn't know who the other one was, but he looked nice.
His name is Jock. He works at the mine.
Oh, you work with him. Oh, that's very sweet.
No!
Your dad like nudges her and goes, Kirk, I'm sorry. That's all I've got.
I'm not dating any of them.
They both look at each other and look back at you, and your dad just goes, right, that's That's fine. You don't have to be dating someone to have fun with them. Did we establish that with you? You don't need to, we don't care
please
if
stop
you're...
talking! That's not, I've had a very long night. Please don't give me this conversation again. It was awkward enough the first time. Thank you. I'm just gonna go and, like, put some water on my face.
Okay.
I'm tired.
Okay, just... Right.
I just need to do something very simple and logical and machine related, then not talk to anyone for a lot of today. I think that would be great. Actually, that would be great. People are complicated and they have emotions.
Oh, honey. Your mum walks over to you and, like, puts an arm around your shoulders and just goes, people are hard. People are hard.
Yeah.
Bad choice of words. People are difficult. People are difficult. Don't think about it too hard. Don't think about it too much.
Okay.
We're just trapped in this conversation now, aren't we? She looks down at you like, this is
something
horrible.
Of a horrendous spiral. Yes.
Mhm.
I just realized how small, either how small Kirk is or how, like, large his mother is. We both just assumed.
Oh, both your adopted parents are fully over 6 foot.
Like, yeah.
It's okay though. You'll manage your. What we always said is the important thing. At your heart, you are a good lad, and you want the best for people, and that shines through. If people are being difficult, it'll be fine. They'll see that shine. That's the important part.
It's not really that they're being that kind of difficult, I guess. It's more that they're just... Kirk has a thought. Kirk realizes that he has a word that will get him out of this that is entirely correct. And he looks up at his mother and goes, confused.
She, like, tightens herself around you, and your dad comes around the other side, and you are now sandwiched between your parents. And they go, that's okay, honey. People work it out.
I hope so.
And they've got all the time they need.
I hope so.
Do you want some bacon? Bacon's quick.
I would love some bacon.
Okay, bacon. They both, like, do an in unison kiss, a temple kiss with you guys, and then your dad goes to cook bacon while your mom goes off to do something. You glance into the living room and see her, like, pulling out a banner that she's rolling out onto the floor, and it has written on it, and it has, partially painted on it. It has something along the lines of, what would it be at this point? I don't know. But it's something along the lines of, if you kill for fun, there's something wrong with you, written on it, and you think she's taking that to a protest at some point in the future.
Prepping for a protest!
She's prepping for a protest, probably against trail hunting.
Oh, my parents, everyone.
Yeah. And your dad is cooking you bacon.
I'm gonna go upstairs, like, go to the bathroom and just, like, splash water on his face and be like, it's okay. You got this. You got this. Think like a Vulcan. It's gonna be fine. You just gotta think like a Vulcan and just ignore emotions for today, and then we can deal with those tomorrow because we're not actually a Vulcan and we have zero training in hiding our emotions well. So we're just gonna bottle them for today. No, ignore what Peggy said. We're bottling them for today. We'll be fine. And our parents definitely think that we're dating all of those, having sex with all of those people. And we're not gonna think about our parents thinking about us having sex, okay?
You hear from downstairs, you hear your mum go, Leary, what do you think is better? The fox design with ours is the fury or ours is the furry for the pun? Because that's funny, but I don't know that it gets the point across as well, you know?
Okay, so far,
Oh, wow.
10 out of 10 for both sets of parents.
Parents,
thus
wow.
far. All we've learned today is that Dunmore parents are incredibly wholesome.
Yeah, I
ones
put that.
are.
I had that. I was like, Dunmore, town of wholesome parents.
So yeah, we're gonna
New tagline.
cut away from Kirk as he
Seems so much better.
prepares himself and his mother shows him various Fox-related slogans and designs.
Kirk has feelings about people doing fox hunting. Can you imagine why?
He's a bit foxy, isn't he? Okay, and we're gonna go away to... So, Jock, do you just go straight to work, or do you go to the split plough for a bit and then to work?
Probably just straight to work. Like, imagine
Okay.
the work clothes are in a locker at work anyway. So
Yeah, so you go straight to work. Most of the gossip today around work is just the fact that Eddie Hicks is missing again. And that's just kind of a weird thing that people have noticed. Like, he showed up for one day and then he disappeared. What's up with this guy? No one seems to be paying attention to the other, like, to the fact that Susan's missing. Like, a few people comment on it when it's tea time, when Susan's not there, and the other tea girls are just like, oh, yeah, no, she just wasn't well today. It's fine, though. She's going to be back soon. And it passes on, just like, people get sick. They're fine with it. And yeah, we're gonna actually go to Julian next. Julian, it's the end of the workday. You have gone through today in something of a haze, I'd imagine. Like, you're working, you're here, but your head is going 1,000,000 miles an hour. You're just going over all the information that has been dumped on you in the last day and processing that how you will while still in a workplace and having to be professional.
Yeah, I think so. What I was gonna say is that before Julian goes to work, he'll probably try to call. Was it Reese?
Yeah, Reese.
Again, don't have the thing.
That's fine, don't worry.
Call the number on his arm because he's gonna need to change and scrub off the number.
Yeah.
So before he has to do that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
If you wanna, before you go into work, you have a phone in your flat or your. Where do you live? Do you live in a flat?
Well, I imagine because it's like on the same street as Susan. I imagine it's probably like he's subletting for some old woman or something. Like,
yeah.
like he has the floor of one of the houses there.
Yeah, that
so
makes
it's
sense.
kind of like a flat, but you know.
Yeah. So yeah.
He has to go through the smell of magnolia to get there. Like.
Yeah, you're it's sort of a lodger type situation kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you do that. You have a phone in there that you made sure that you had because this was important to you, damn it. And you were able to call the number.
Oh yeah, the woman is definitely dottled, and this works in Julian's favour. When a lot of your tall woman friends came round the other day, they have very deep voices. Just
yeah. Absolutely.
Like, ignore her. She's dottled. We all know she's crazy. She's a crazy old woman.
She's completely out of it. Like, people are like, oh, it's so nice of Mr. Howard Mason to live there and partially take care of that crazy lady.
Yeah.
So yeah, you
Imagine Julie just treats her like some kind of strange house fae, and just like occasionally makes her cakes and leaves them out. And
just occasionally you feed her to appease her. She's like, oh, that's very nice, dear.
I didn't know you could bake. Did your mother teach you? And just, you know.
Yeah, it's like that sort of thing. Yeah, so you call the number, and you get through pretty much almost immediately. Reese picks up and it goes, hello?
Hi, it's Julian.
Hi, yeah, Julian. Yeah, this is Reese. Hi.
I
You hear like a weird noise from the background, and then he goes, hang on a minute, and it's muffled, but you can hear him like saying something like, shut the fuck up, and then you hear someone go, pass the weed, and he goes, shut the fuck up. And then he gets back on the phone, and it seems noticeably quieter, and he's like, right, I shut myself in the cupboard. Hi, Julian.
Not again, Reese. We both know that's not a good place to be.
Now listen. Sometimes the other gays are homophobic and you need to hide in the closet. That's all I've got.
I'm not going to argue with you there, but I am calling about the serious matter last night.
Yeah.
Everything is okay with Jade, and you didn't have any more trouble, did you?
She's really shaken, but no, we've had no trouble. We were trying to decide earlier whether or not to even go to the police, because it's police.
Oh, well, I can assure you, you won't have to.
Oh?
I have it on good authority that that Eddie Hicks won't be a problem. I believe maybe this is all rumor, of course. I heard it from, and oh god, I can't remember the excellently named woman.
Peggy.
No.
Oh, Just a Face.
Just a Face.
Just a Face.
I heard it from Just a Face that apparently there was a man who's recently accosted who had certain priors, something, and it sounded like Eddie to me. I certainly didn't see him afterwards. Susan seems quite happy as well. She's quite calmed down. It seems very much the case that it was Eddie that they were talking about. Which, while worrying, as it does mean that he was as dangerous as we thought, he also isn't a problem.
Okay. Did I give my number to a mafioso? Because I'm okay with that. For some reason, I shouldn't be, but I am.
If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
Oh, I shouldn't like that as much as I do. But in all seriousness, he's not gonna. Jade's safe?
Jade is safe.
Okay, I'll tell her. She might, This is really weird, but thank you for whatever you did to handle that. And I don't necessarily want to know any more details than you've just given me.
You know, I was there and I don't want to know either, so we're together on that one.
Yeah, that's fair. So I suppose that's me fresh out of excuses to see you, if that's all handled.
Well, I'm sure an intelligent fellow like yourself could think of a few more.
What kind of music do you like?
Depends on who's asking.
Where did we meet?
Precisely. They're very much, it's a bit generally boppier than I would normally enjoy. They do also occasionally have the odd band with a melodious baritone fronting. I find that quite appealing. I'll tell you right now that the world would be a much better place had Joy Division managed to get the US tour. I'll say that without asking.
Oh, you're getting no argument from me. Getting absolutely slept on. They should have way more attention.
Oh, don't even get me started.
I'd
Order
like
fine,
to.
but they bring in that drum machine, and I just can't.
I'd quite like to get you started on it, honestly. Like, maybe, I've got some friends who could maybe get us into some more chill, low-down gigs in Manchester, if you'd be interested in that. Maybe this weekend?
I would very much be.
Okay. I'll call you again about details and stuff once I've sorted it.
Yes, absolutely. Julian will rattle off his number back, just so he doesn't have to worry with the whole fucking whatever the equivalent of 247.
He does the. You know how sometimes you can hear when people like put the phone under their chin to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does that, and then you hear him chuckling. He says, "You're gonna love this. I've had to write it on my arm."
Like, well, I hope my boss has our sense of humor, or that this ink will wash off rather easy. Long shirt, I feel today. Long shirt. It is winter. It'll be fine.
It's fine. You can just say it was a pretty girl or something. I clean up real nice. Don't worry. And I can run in heels.
It does take some doing, but it's not, you want to get the hang. It's the balance.
You know, when Annie's chasing you with a water bucket, you learn fast.
Oh, you seem like a man of remarkable talents, and I look forward to discovering some more.
And I'm very interested to learn as much as I can about you and your opinions on Joy Division.
They are varied and correct.
Well, yes.
Okay.
And so we're
I
going...
would love. Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to...
No, I was just saying, like, I'll need to be going, actually. I was just calling before going to work. I still need to clock in, and also, well, with everything that happens, I have a few favors I need to arrange.
Yeah. Yeah, you do that, and I'll call you possibly this evening.
Yes. Anytime after 6, probably 7. I think I'll need to stay in a bit later today.
All right, yeah, I'll do that then. Good talking to you.
You too. Take care.
Goodbye. Yeah.
Click.
Just before he hung up, you swear you heard a wow from his side of the line, and then a very abruptly as he hung up. Yeah, so that happened. You got a fun phone call and a date at the weekend. Congrats.
Yeah, wrapped up some human business, opened up some new human business.
Opened up some new human business. Yes.
But yeah, so I think that'll be probably kind of what Julian's trying to keep his mind on.
Yeah, he's focusing on the nice
day.
things.
Yeah, just being like, oh, yesterday was crazy. Be like, yeah, you got the number of a very nice man, and you're going to be seeing, and you're going to be talking to him again tonight.
Mm-hmm,
you're going to be seeing each other this weekend.
That's the most significant thing that's happened.
Yeah. Definitely, I think that's going to be the kind of loop. And what happened? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Okay,
or,
so...
and just kind of maybe occasionally having to creep into, like, but if you do want to pretend that this recurrent fever dream is real, and you're not just, again, I think now because he reassured Kirk, he'll also be like, if I fucked up some kid's head because of my bullshit, I'm gonna need to see if Peggy is like, he realizes he's gonna need to find Peggy and talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, is what he's throughout the day of being like, let's not think about it, and be like, no, but you have to.
Mm-hmm.
And the most sensible way of doing this without going, it's like you have a solid amount of evidence that you're a werewolf. But regardless, Peggy seems to know the most of anyone in this situation, and you need to suss her out to see if this is some kind of elaborate trick, or if she is actually the lifeline that she's like offering herself as being.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah,
that'll
be Julian's day.
Yeah. So we're gonna cut away from you actually temporarily, because you said that Julian's probably staying in late today. Yeah. Okay, so you stay in an extra hour. Jock, that means that you get off work before Julian does, and you head back to the split plough, I'm assuming, unless there's anything in particular you want to do.
I'll probably be looking out to see if the drinking buddy is out. Did he work in the mine as well, or did you generally find him at the pub?
When you first saw him, he was dressed like a miner, but when you look for him amongst your co-workers, you don't find him.
Yeah, that's what I realized. Like, I assumed he was in the mine, and then never actually remembered hearing him at the mine. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but you guys probably go back to the plough to try and find him. Okay,
yeah, you head back to the split plough. It's really quiet right now because of like the time that you ended your shift, because you were on a slightly later shift. You know that it's gonna get busy in about like an hour maybe. But right now people are just like, yeah, it's sort of that weird moment where people are preparing for things to get busy, but they haven't yet. So you walk into the split plough and it's mostly empty right now. You see Rita behind the bar, looking like she's getting ready for her rush hour as it is. And Milton, the fixture of the bar, is there, as he always is, looking like just unconscious on the bar, really. Occasionally Rita looks over at him, and at one point you see her like turn his head slightly so that he's not just nose pressed into the surface. Yeah, there's like one, maybe two other people milling about, coming in, coming out, but it's really quiet just now when you walk in.
Right, okay, which case, so yeah, I'll sort of gesture over to Rita, sort of like, the thing of like, 2 please. And then once they arrive, sort of tap one, beside him, and then nod over to the corner table a bit more out of the way.
Okay. So wait, who'd you tap?
I assume the guy, the plastic guy, is the one that I'm drinking with.
He's not your. That's not your drinking.
Oh,
buddy.
right, sorry. Okay.
That's Milton, the town drunk.
Ah, right.
Different people.
In which case, I'll get two, and I'll sit in the corner.
Okay.
Hopefully you'll appear.
I would like you to make a roll here, but I'm not entirely sure what roll. Something spirity, possibly resolve or composure related. Any suggestions?
I mean, a cult might spring to mind, or empathy maybe. But...
I would be happy for you to roll either of those. Yeah,
okay.
Just roll them.
I get 3 successes then.
That's very good. Okay, so here's what happens as you sit down in the booth. You take a moment to close your eyes and breathe, because you can actually kind of relax here.
Yeah.
You're not at work and you're on very little sleep. So you take a second, close your eyes. And when you open them, the pub around you is strange. It is almost sepia toned, like an old movie that has not been colored correctly. Rita's still standing behind the bar, but her hair is done up in this very old-fashioned kind of hairstyle that you really don't know when it's from, but it's not how she usually dresses. Milton is shirtless for some reason and has furry legs and hooves on the ends of those legs. He's still completely fucking passed out at the bar.
So he's a satyr.
He looks like a satyr right now.
Okay.
A patron comes in and then abruptly about faces and walks out, and you catch a glimpse of their face as they do, and they've got this sort of curled, nasty snarl, like they came in here intending harm and then were turned away by something, you're not sure what. And then your friend sits down in front of you, and they look like they did the first time that you met them, like a minor like yourself. Still got coal under their fingernails and a little bit smudged around their face, like they've missed it in a shower. And they sit down in front of you and have in their hand already a pint of something. What you drinking?
Same stuff I usually drink, whatever's on tap. So, weird night.
Last night?
Yeah.
Was it last night? Yeah, what happened? We weren't here. We were in another pub? Or it wasn't a pub, really, but
Yeah, how did you get... that's not the important bit. What's going on?
What? Oh. Oh, okay. Huh. I wish I was more help to you, but honestly, I don't know a lot more than you do. We're a bit more me right now than we are you, for whatever reason.
Yeah, it's like taking the bar again, just look around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a banner up over the bar, proclaiming something about a harvest festival, but then on the back of the door there's a poster about recruiting for the war. And it's just generally very weird, and you glance over and your eyes latch on to the bottles and stuff that are behind the bar that have different dates on them, and it's almost like you sort of zoom in on them and focus in on those dates, and then they start blurring and merging in your eyes, and the numbers are jumping around, and then your friend snaps in front of your eyes and says, "Don't look too close. It's like eating. Don't."
Sorry, I blink a couple of times, rub the eyes, and But what are they? So we're still in the plow, right?
Yeah.
But sorry, like looking over. Are they the same people? Yeah, just over towards Rita and Milton.
Well, they don't. I mean, they look a bit. They look a little different, but they feel the same.
But
You can ask them.
Sorry, just like the thought of like, is that road? Like, is that I'm gonna ask him. How long have you known me?
Known you?
Yeah.
Long as I can remember.
Which is rough. Well, I mean,
how do you? It doesn't. How do you cope with it? It's
cope with it?
so static. Even your hours are mapped out. How do you have enough time in the day? How do you have a day?
The sun? What? Like, how do you respond to that?
The sun. Oh yes, because the sun is so predictable. All right.
The sun rises in the morning and sets at night. That's the day. How do you?
Well, it doesn't always do that. It's okay, so you're right. But look, this is a bit of a problem though. Like if we it's lovely having you here. It's nice not having to come to you for once. But this is a bit of an issue because you're not. You did that by accident, yeah? You didn't mean to come here.
Yeah, not sure how I got here.
Okay, that's
I was just looking for you.
It's so difficult to remember sometimes, but I do remember that you need to be in between and not wholly one or the other. That was important for your lot, not the humans. You're not human, and not for me. I'm not you, and you're not me, and I'm like you, but I'm not you, and you're like me, but you're not me, and the same with the human thing, except not with me. There's like a whole other degree. I'm not like a human. You're like a human. I'm not like a human. But like you need to be between. You can come here for visits, sure, but if you get stuck here, then like I don't know what happens to you. And I like you, and I like drinking with you. So if you could not get stuck here.
Noted. How would I get back?
Well, how'd you get here?
I don't know. I was looking for you.
You were looking for me? Well, shit. Look for someone else.
I mean, I guess I could look for. I mean, Peggy said she was staying at the pub, so I guess I could try looking for her. She's presumably back there.
All right, go look for that one. Then the names are weird. There's that one and the little one and the scary one and the.
You mean Julian, Kirk, and Susan? Yeah.
Sure.
So you're more not human than
I'm not human at all. I look like one right now, but that's like I can change that if you want.
Do you know any rabbits?
Rabbits? Narrow
Like
it down.
rabbits like you.
Like spirit rabbits.
Yeah.
Fucking millions of the fuckers. They're rabbits. Do you know how many there are? They could circle the earth by holding onto their little tails, like some sort of cursed centipede.
That's a terrifying thought. Could you keep an eye out if there's any that seem to be paying attention to me and the others, particularly?
Sure, I like chasing rabbits.
Try not to catch it, maybe?
What? What's the point of chasing if I'm not catching... Well, actually, to be fair. Okay, no, I kind of get it.
I think it's important.
Okay, yeah, sure, I'll watch for your rabbit. It is a me rabbit, yeah, it's not a human rabbit. Human rabbit. You know what I mean.
There was a lot said last night, something about a pack spirit.
Oh yeah, your patron. Yeah, you'll have one of those. I could find your patron, that's not hard. I just have to like follow the bond from you to it.
Yeah, I guess then, like, as I said, I'm really not sure what's going on at the minute.
Alright, I'll find your patron spirit. Are you gonna go? You shouldn't stay here for too long. It's like, cause you stay and then you become a fixture, and that's bad here. Like, if I stay here too long, I become a fixture, and that's bad for me.
I mean, it's not just pubs in general. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
I mean, look
sure.
at him. He like points over at Satyr Milton, who, now that you look at him, now that the spirit has said that, Milton seems to have turned to stone at some point while you were conversing. See, that's bad. But hang on. The spirit leans back and looks at Milton. And suddenly Milton, the stone breaks around Milton. And he like abruptly shakes it off and sits up straight. And just yells. And like that, the pub looks how it's supposed to. Milton no longer looks like a satyr, he looks like himself. He's sitting bolt upright on his bar stool, yelling nothing, with Rita in front of him like, Milton! Milton! And Rita looks normal. The poster's gone, the banner's gone, it just looks like the split plough again. And your friend is nowhere to be seen.
Shout over and ask if it's alright, I guess. For...
Nope. I hated that one, Rita. I hated that one. Rita's just in front of him like, okay, you hated that one. Milton, do I have to put you to bed now? It's too early for this. And he goes, no. I'm going for a walk. And he stands up and like totters out the bar. And Rita just sort of scratches her head and shrugs and goes back to preparing for the rush.
Right, so is there anyone else in the pub, or is it just Jock and Rita now?
It's just you and Rita for the minute, but that could change at any point, you reckon?
Your hair changed.
What?
Your hair was different a minute ago.
Has it come down? She reaches up to like check her bun. It's still up. Are you having me on?
Weird couple of days. You didn't look right a minute ago. Maybe just tired.
Thank you very much.
No, sorry. Just as I said, weird couple of days. But like, look around at the pub, like where things were changed, like the back of the door where the poster was, where the banner was. So like, it's like, yeah, sorry, I'm gonna go up to my room, lie down for a bit.
Yeah, all right. If you want tea, just come back down and order it. Me or one of the others will make it up, yeah?
Right, nod thanks and head upstairs.
Get some sleep. Yeah. And we're going to cut away back to Julian now. And Julian, it is the end of your workday. You have stayed a little bit late. You figure that probably everybody is gone by this point, except for maybe the boss and probably the cleaners who will stay late, who have a later shift than even you because they clean up after everybody and then they go home. So yeah, you are leaving your office, probably locking it up, and you hear down the hall, you hear the voice of Mr. Douglas, and he seems to be talking to somebody. And he seems to be coming closer to you with this somebody.
Okay. Yeah, I suppose June kind of hang back, like just I don't know, maybe do like a wait for voices get closer for them to come to view, and maybe do an elaborate, oh, I forgot my coat or something, like, so he has an excuse to still be hanging around.
Yeah, okay. So, Mr. Douglas comes around the corner with somebody. It's quite a close corner. Like they're very like nearly on top of you when they arrive, and he pauses and goes, "Oh, Mr. Howard Mason, it's so nice to see you. I thought you were finished a while ago. Did you stay late?"
Yes, I thought I'd just put in a few extra hours.
Oh well, that's.
I was just locking up. I wasn't sure if I'd left my car keys or not. Well, with Susan being ill today, I didn't bring her in, and then I.
Ah, yes, I see. That's quite understandable. Mr. Howard Mason, if I could introduce you to Miss Fortescue. She's here touring the mine, and you look over to his companion, and you see the woman from the car stood next to him. She's dressed very finely. Her long hair is very neatly pinned up. She's quite tall. She's taller than Mr. Douglas. And she looks at you and smiles, and you can see there's like. She smiles like a sort of rehearsed smile, and then she actually looks at you, and her smile widens a little bit, and she holds out her hand, and she goes, "Charmed." And that's where I'm going to leave the session.
Oh!
Holy shit!
They throw it hearts!
Damn, son!
I hope
Made me
you
wake the
have...
haggis!
Ooh.
I made you wake the haggis. I'm so sorry, haggis. I hope you've all enjoyed this session of Citizen Wolf, ending as
We'll rave our way
demanded with a rave.
Rave.
We don't know exactly when we'll be back, unfortunately, because our lives are chaos for the next month.
Because
But-
like half of us are moving house. Friends from different continents are coming to visit. Some of us are going away for like a weekend in actually one of us is two of us are going away for various weekends in fields and haunted houses.
It's a whole thing!
Yeah. Also, in case anyone is wondering, because I've realized halfway through that this was throwing me off. That is Viv's actual house. Not a background supplied by Zoom.
I mean, and I'm extremely
Viv
envious
just
of
lives
it.
in a
Yeah.
It's not
library.
my house!
No, it's not your house, but it is where you are currently living.
Property.
That is actually a real background of books and not, in fact,
And a
simulated library.
and an easel.
Okay,
It looks
so...
just
And
looks
an
amazing.
easel, a real artist.
Okay, so I hope everybody enjoyed themselves. I hope my lovely players enjoyed themselves. I hope you, the audience, enjoyed yourselves. We will be back when we can be. Follow our socials for updates.
Yes.
We always post there before we're going live. Follow the channel so that you get notifications when we go live, so that you don't miss an episode. And there is also a VODs channel in case you do have to miss out. So that you can catch up on the whole campaign. I will be uploading this session tomorrow, probably. I've been keeping up with this one. I'm quite proud of myself.
I know, you've been doing really well.
Yeah,
We keep
thank
getting
you.
notifications that videos are up and we're like, what the fuck?
It's almost like I'm creating something I'm proud of and I want other people to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody, thank you so much for spending your evening with me. I had a great time. I've been Sneaky Urchin. This was Vivian the Viking, Janky Apple, Beta Witch King, and FaZe Wolf in Citizen Wolf, and we will be back before you know it. Good night, everybody.
Night, everyone.
Bye.